Morning friends, session 37, probable error. In the correlation coefficient, the extension of the correlation coefficient is a relative measure for the decision making. Probable error is useful. For that, we should know about what is the probable error. Probable error measures the error of estimate for a sample from a normal distribution. Normal distribution means it is the bell-shaped curve. When mean is equal to median is equal to mode, at the time, if you plot the data in the graph, you will get a bell-shaped curve. That is called as the normal distribution. Probable error measures the error of estimate for a sample. What you taken the sample from the population, it compares, the probable error compares the sample which has been taken as well as the population. What is the standard error? It helps in determining the accuracy and reliability of the correlation coefficient. Only if you calculate the correlation coefficient, it is of no use. It has to be useful for the comparing from the one to the other series. When we compare with the other series, then only we will know about the what is the error, what is the applicability of the given. For that, it is necessary that it helps in determining the accuracy. Whatever we do, it should be accurate, and reliability of the correlation coefficient. Reliability means it has to be applied for many further algebraic treatments, and it should be capable for the algebraic treatment. Here, the correlation coefficient is a very useful. From the regression coefficients, we can also calculate the correlation coefficient. So in that way, we have to calculate. So, and reliability should be there of the correlation coefficient, and it is computed by multiplying the standard error with 0.6745. Standard error has been multiplied with the 0.6745. We get the here probable error. Probable error shall be obtained by, you have to multiply with the standard error 0.6745. Here the formula is there for the probable error. Now we have been understood that probable error is a useful technique which is helpful for the relative measure, that it is the for the comparison for the decision making. And now it uses the standard error with the 0.6745, and then this formula has to be used. So 0.6745 is there, it has to be multiplied with the standard error, then 1 minus r square. R means correlation coefficient. Square the correlation coefficient, then what the amount you will get it. That it is if the correlation coefficient is 0.3, then we have to square the correlation coefficient. 0.3 into 0.3, it comes to 0.09. So that is the correlation coefficient square. That has to be deducted from the 1. Then divided by root n. N means number of items. What it is in the given problem, number of items is 10. Then here we have to apply the root 10. Then we have to simplify. How we can simplify? 1 minus r means it is the correlation coefficient. Correlation coefficient is the 0.3. If you multiply, we will get it as the 0.09. Then deduct the 1 minus 0.09 divided by root n. Root n means if the number of terms in the series are 10, root 10. First we have to deduct, then divide it by the root 10, then multiply it with the 0.6745, so that we will get the probable error. Probable error can be interpreted that it is the if R is more than 6 PE. P means probable error. How will get the probable error? By applying the formula. What is the formula? Here 0.6745 into 1 minus r squared divided by root 10. That formula has to be obtained so that we'll get the probable error. And you have to multiply it by the 6. If the R is more than the 6 PA, the R is significant. R means correlation coefficient is significant. If R is less than 6p, if you multiply the 6 with the probable error, and if the what the multiplication 6 into p, what you get it, if it is less than the R, if it is less than the R, then R is insignificant. R is insignificant. So that it is how we can compare the here interpret the R by using the probable error. Here there is a close connection with the regression, probable error, correlation. And now we have to understand that what is the relationship and how it can be interpreted and how it is useful for the further algebraic calculations. It is necessary that R is required. Why the R is required? R is required for the relationship between the one or two series. R can be interpreted as the minus or plus. If you get the plus, it is the positive correlation. If you get the minus, it is the negative correlation. If the direction it tells about the two series or more than two series, it is not only enough. It has to interpret in what way. If we compare only, we will know about it, about our position, what the probable error is. Now we have been selected because all the items in the probable error cannot be selected. Only a few will be selected, and we have to find the what is the probable error. What you selected from the sample from the population. Much deviations are there. If the deviations is less, whether it is the it can be ignored deviations. In that way, we have to here compare, and this PE are all helpful for the decisions of the management, because the management has to depend upon the tools. Which are the tools which are helpful for them to take appropriate decisions. Now, if the decision has been go wrong, the entire team will be found in the difficult situations. It will find in the difficult situation. But in order to avoid that, it is necessary that it has to here take the appropriate tools like correlation coefficient. Correlation coefficient which helps the management to know what they whether there is the relationship between the uh, age age of the persons and the blindness, and the age of the persons as well as the marks of the students. Here all these variables has to be considered, and when we consider all these variables, it has to be compared with the one another, so that we will know about the what the position of the here the statistical tool which has been taken. In this way, we go for the interpretation of the by using the probable error. Then, for understanding of this one, we shall solve the problems. Here, R is equal to 0.6. R means correlation coefficient. And N is equal to 64. How many number of items are there here? 64 are there. Find out the probable error of the coefficient of correlation. Probable error is equal to 0.6745. It is the standard. Standard one, 0.6745 into 1 minus 0.6. 0.6 is the correlation coefficient. Correlation coefficient has to be multiplied with the then 1 minus 0.6 whole square, so that we will get the root 64. N means root 64. root 64, it comes to 8. Then you have to deduct the 1 minus 0.6 whole square, so that we'll get the 0.64. 0.64 has to be divided by 8, so that we'll get the 0.08. 0.6745 is the standard one. It has to multiply it with the what the simplified value will we get 0.08. With that, we have to multiply, so that we'll get the probable error. Here probable error is equal to 0.053. It is even while selecting the some of the items in the whole of the populations, there is the chances of the error comes there. And error should be very, very meager. It should be very meager. Without error, it cannot be selected. However, we have to take care. These errors has to be, you have to control. It should be in control. Then what the decision which has been taken on the basis of the samples for the entire data, that may go wrong. In order to avoid that position, it is necessary that we have to, here the probable error must be very less, or it should be a ignorable one. In that way, you have to consider this one. Then here probable error is 0.053 for the given problem here. So here we have been applied the formula. Then it is helpful for the accuracy and the reliability of the correlation. And also another one problem is there. Here you can do this one, that it is the R is equal to 0.9 and N is equal to 100. Find the probable error. Here R is equal to correlation coefficient. What is the formula for the correlation coefficient? That is the probable error. It is the 0.6745 into 1 minus here 0.6 is there, but here 0.9 is there. 0.9 square has to be multiplied, and then you have to deduct it from the 1, then divided by root n. Root n means here how many numbers are there in the second problem means it is the 100 are there. You have to take the root, that will get the root 100, it is equal to 10, and you have to simplify, so that you will get the probable error as 0.012 in this problem. Earlier problem 0.053. In this way, the probable error can be obtained on the basis of the probable error. You can draw the conclusion whether the accuracy is there, what the samples data you have been selected in the whole of the entire population, whether the limitations is there, what they you have been selected the randomly, that so this must be randomly you have been selected, and the error is also less, so that it is helpful for the management to have the here we can pass the decision or not to pass the decision, because passing the decision also very crucial factor here. Not passing also a genuineness is there, but because of the, some tools which has been used by the persons, it is not giving a result. Because of that, you may go wrong. A genuine thing is not passed, also go wrong. So all this you have to balance, and you have to suggest for the management that because of the probable error is very less, and you can accept the what the proposal which is there, or else you have to say what else we can do. So in this way, here the probable error is helpful for the management. Reference is Rajesh Gatta, Quantitative Methods for Business, to Kalyani Publications. Thank you.